What's going on, everyone? Lamar Jackson. He is an incredible talent, the youngest MVP in league history, a guy that just does it all for the Baltimore Ravens. But he's a guy that is still currently in contract negotiations with the Baltimore Ravens, and even confirmed today that they did not offer the $250 million guaranteed. There was a lot of talks and reports and rumors going around that the Ravens offered Lamar Jackson a Deshaun Watson deal, $250 million, 5 years, fully guaranteed. And Lamar Jackson decided to finally speak out and say, hey, no, that didn't happen. He has been very quiet up until this point, and many people don't know what is going on. It's just the reports that are being thrown out by the media. And when it comes to Lamar Jackson, he is currently representing himself in these contract negotiations, which never really a good idea. Now, he has been very patient. He has been, a guy that is willing to go into the next season without the contract. And he's a guy that knows he's going to get paid by somebody. Whether it's the Ravens or it's somebody else, he's going to be paid, and he's going to be paid fat. But here's the thing. Baltimore is willing to go into next season with Lamar Jackson on the roster and no contract worked out. And the reason for that is because they shouldn't. They shouldn't pay him the money that he wants because of several reasons. And I know many of you are going to listen to this. You're going to say, no way, this is the most ridiculous thing ever, this, that, and the other. But facts are facts, stats are stats, reality is reality. Again, Lamar Jackson is an incredible QB talent. He's a game changer in so many ways, but he hasn't been able to win, and he hasn't been able to prove that he is the guy that can lead the Ravens to a championship. He puts up a lot of great stats. He is an incredible talent, yes, but these mobile quarterbacks haven't really done much as far as success goes. Like guys like Michael Vick, how many Super Bowls how many does Cam Newton have? He's been to a Super Bowl, yes, but he doesn't have any. And when you have a quarterback who runs the ball like a running back the way he does, there's a lot of questions on Lamar's accuracy as a quarterback and as a passer. He has improved over the years, but he's still not a very accurate thrower. It is very turnover prone. And I know many people, because I made a video a long time ago talking about Lamar Jackson and his turnover proneness and how, he's not a guy that can. And guess what? I was right. I got absolutely destroyed for that video. And I'm standing here today telling you I was right. Everything I said in that past video, I was correct. The guy is coming off of a bad year. He had 16 touchdowns and 13 interceptions in the time he played. That is terrible. I mean, he had multiple turnovers, and that's not even counting the fumbles. The guy has a ridiculous amount of fumbles. And I know people like to bring up other quarterbacks that have similar stats and things like that, but you have to take into account what the type of quarterback you have here. This is a guy that's getting banged up night in and night out, is far more likely a risk for serious injury because he is a guy that is very mobile. His accuracy, his passing, things that you need from your quarterback are real issues and real concerns. Not just that, but in playoffs, he has a higher interception rate than touchdowns. He has thrown more interceptions in the playoffs than he's thrown touchdowns or ran in touchdowns. That is not a good sign. If he was a guy that Baltimore really felt, he is the promise, he is the guy that is going to carry this team, and this is the quarterback of our future, why wouldn't they pay him? Why would this even be dragged out and drawn out this long? It's because Baltimore, he's going to get paid. Baltimore is probably at some point going to give him the money, not because they necessarily want to, but because they probably have no other choice. Or he's going to leave and he's going to go elsewhere, and another team will do it just because it's Lamar Jackson and we got Lamar Jackson on our team, and so now you got ticket sales and stuff. But if you're the Ravens, there are so many concerns with Lamar Jackson. And I'm not trying to take away anything from his talent and his skill set and the type of quarterback he is. He's, again, a very young, phenomenal talent. But there's a lot of injury concerns. His accuracy is a real question. His turnover proneness is a real question. His delivery in big plays and big spots. And yes, people like to say, oh, look, he's a winner. He has a winning record. I don't care what you do in the regular season. You could go undefeated in the regular season every single year. What do you do in the playoffs? And Lamar Jackson's playoff stats are absolutely horrendous. horrendous. If you don't believe me, go look them up. Like I said, he has more interceptions thrown and fumbles than he does touchdowns. That is usually not a good sign for your franchise quarterback. There were talks and concerns, the last several years about, can he deliver in the playoffs? He's a great player in the regular season. We've seen teams and we've seen players that are just absolutely incredible during the regular season. And then they show up and they're terrible in the playoffs. Look at somebody like James Harden for the NBA comparison. One of the greatest regular season players in history. And when he gets to the playoffs, he is a non-factor. He is non-existent. He is the Lamar Jackson of the NBA. And Lamar Jackson has done a lot of the same stuff. He is great, throws up great stats, looks good, wins games, although very turnover prone. Again, he has a ton of turnovers. He's had better years than others, but last year was a terrible year for him. So not only do you have concerns about his accuracy, you have concerns about, there's even concerns about his character. He's done a lot of reckless stuff off the field that cause concern for injury and stuff. You got to remember, when you're looking at a player from a franchise organization, you're not just looking at just the skill set and what he can become. You're looking at everything. What is he as far as a person off the field? Is he somebody that can be a great locker room guy? What's his personality like? What is his accuracy as the quarterback? What is his likelihood he's going to continue to be injured? What are this, that, and the other? And a lot of the things when it comes to Lamar Jackson, you can't check that box because of the way he plays the game, the concerns you have off the field as well as on the field, him getting injured, him not showing up in the big moments, not being able to deliver. Again, I'm not talking about the regular season. I'm talking about the playoffs. You could be the greatest player in history during the regular season. You could put up the greatest stats ever in history in the regular season. Regular season is irrelevant if you can't get it done in the playoffs. You're nothing if you can't get it done in the playoffs. And so far, Lamar Jackson has not been able to do that. And if you're the Ravens, are you really going to give $250 million guaranteed to a guy like Lamar Jackson, who is not as big as like a Cam or even a Deshaun Watson? And the Browns, that was just that. I mean, as soon as the Browns did that for Watson, everybody was like, what are you doing? Like, that was the dumbest thing in the world. And remove the situation. We're on YouTube. I got to be careful what I say. But remove that. Even if you remove that, the fact that they gave Deshaun Watson that kind of money is insane for the type of quarterback he is. He has a lot of the same questions and same concerns as Lamar Jackson. And no other team wanted to give Deshaun Watson that kind of money. Yes, there were circumstances that went into that, but even if there wasn't, teams weren't going to line up to pay him $250 million guaranteed. It's just the Browns were like, we have no choice. Do the Ravens want to be in the position the Browns are, where you got this guy who has a huge likelihood of getting injured because of the way he plays, is not a very good on-throw quarterback. He's not great in the pocket, stuff like that. That's been a concern from day one, and he's made some small improvements, but he's still not very good at that. His decision-making is not very good. Yes, I understand people try to say, well, he does everything. There's all these other players. He has a team. He has guys. There's guys catching the ball. We have seen plays where he just completely throws the ball to the other team, where he just throws it over the guy's head. Like, you can't say, oh, well, it's these people and not fault Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has his fault. He's not a perfect player. He is an incredible player, an incredible talent, has all the talent in the world. But he has a lot of concerns, a lot of issues, and a lot of questions. And the Ravens are going to hand $250 million guaranteed to him. I don't think that that's the wisest decision. I just don't. I think you're better off. If you were to trade him, you would get a king's ransom, because some team out there is going to want to take a chance on him, and he's a guy that'll put butts in the seats. And look, again, I'm not alone in this thinking, because the Ravens haven't even given him a contract offer. Nothing. According to Lamar Jackson, all the rumors were lies, that they haven't offered him anything. So why? He's your franchise cornerstone quarterback that is the youngest MVP in league history, and you're not even offering him a contract. Why is that? Because of everything that I've outlined in this video. He has issues off the court. He has, questionable personality issues with the team and stuff like that. He's had some stuff come out of that locker room. He's a guy that is extremely high prone to injury, is not an accurate quarterback, has terrible decision making. I mean, the list goes on and on. As great as he is a very flawed quarterback. And there isn't a great history of quarterbacks of his type, that running, mobile, I'm gonna be a running back 10 straight plays. Those kind of quarterbacks just don't exist. Like, as far as like hugely successful, like that are winning multiple Super Bowls and stuff like that. They're usually the pocket type of quarterbacks. They're usually the quarterbacks that aren't, yes, they can be mobile if need be, but they're not solely reliant on being mobile. The Michael Vicks. Cam Newton had one of the greatest supporting cast for the type of quarterback he was. That supporting cast was fantastic. They were able to get a Super Bowl and they got beat down. It's hard. And Lamar Jackson is an incredible talent. But at the end of the day, he is who he is. And I just don't think the Ravens are going to give him a max contract to the degree that he wants. They'll give him a contract, but it's not going to be what he wants. But anyway, those are my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think Baltimore should give him the max contract? Do you think they shouldn't? I'm sure this video is, people are going to be in the comments trying to argue and everything. Again, stats are stats. If you think I'm wrong, go look it up. Go look up. Again, I don't care about your regular season stats. I don't care how many MVPs you get. I care about what is your performance and delivery in the playoffs. Can I count on you to lead this team to a championship? And I don't think he's the guy that can do it. Not the way he plays currently. And there hasn't been a great history, again, of those mobile running quarterbacks that they just don't do good. I mean, look at guys like Mariota. Like, that's what he's best at. And he's not even starting in the league. Like, he's a guy that is a bench player. We've seen countless guys that have been mobile quarterbacks and they don't last very long. I mean, it's just sad. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. You got to be able to throw in the pocket. You got to be able to protect yourself. If Lamar could improve his throwing, his accuracy, and improve his decision making, he might be the best quarterback in the league because he has that mobility. But he doesn't. He's too reliant on it to get him out of situations, and it doesn't work. So anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, follow by the bell notification, stay up to date with all things sports, join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.